It's Dirty Story Night. We are up to our first place finisher for Superhero Month. This is Toilet Magic, who was formerly known last month as Jimmy Bukkake. Toilet Magic is gonna make Quail Man rise. Before you hear him do that, please go to our website at IABDpresents.com. That's our parent network of podcasts, written work, video series, and more. And there you can find all kinds of other great content, including a link to our YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, there's some cool behind-the-scenes stuff from It's All Been Done Radio Hour. There's the weekly video series, Nikki Tells You How to Live Your Life. There's all kinds of other things. So you're going to want to check that out. Subscribe to our YouTube page. That helps too. And if you want more bonus content, more stuff than what we post free, you can go to patreon.com/IABD and become a donor. You get some cool swag, you get access to additional programs and videos and audio files, and it's just a swell way to keep us in business. So, now enjoy Dirty Story Night.
I'm doing an origin story that, while not canon, I think if the show's creators read this, they would agree that it should be canon. I call this The Quail Knight Rises. What is the darkness? This question lingered in the back of Doug Funny's head like a dead jellyfish on a beach shore, pelted over and over by the high tide. He thought he knew the darkness. The entire last week had been dark. His mind felt empty. Nothing seemed worth thinking about. Killer Tofu by the Beats played on loop. Even after repeated listening, his favorite song wasn't cheering him up. He popped his Beats CD out of his Sony Discman and put in a My Chemical Romance album in its place. It was more fitting for the mood. Flashback to last week. He finally worked up the courage. He could remember the fear, the excitement, the trembling as he poured his heart out in the hallway of Bluffington Middle School. "I'm sorry, Doug. You're a nice guy, but I just like you as a friend," was all he got for his troubles. While his world came spinning to a halt, Patty Mayonnaise blinked once and said, "I'll see you at class, Doug." A noogie met his head from behind. It was Roger. "Tough shit, Funny. Too bad I'm fucking your girl." "See you at class, pussy." Roger, that asshole. Patty chose him? The bad boy? Why do girls always go for the bad boys that'll treat them poorly? Girls don't want nice guys. Doug would have done anything for Patty. The fact that she couldn't see that was oppressing him. Flash forward to his room. He types, "Why don't girls like nice guys?" into his web browser. He's not sure why he typed that. He was always told by his beatnik sister to keep his personal problems off the internet, but he wasn't thinking straight. Google returned the results. He clicked the links. They were an eye-opener. The Red Pill subreddit, Return of Kings, Gamergate, Men's Rights Alliance, and many more. After a few hours of depressed reading, a spark of inspiration lit him. It wasn't Roger who was the asshole. It was Patty. It was women. They use men. In this gynocentric world, nice guys do all the work and get none of the benefits. Nice guys, especially cis white men, are the most oppressed group in the world. They are literally treated worse than Holocaust survivors. Why was Doug even living? He might as well just end it and embrace true darkness. He fashions a noose out of one of his belts and hangs himself. His neck slips out of the belt. He hits the floor and blacks out. In his coma, he sees a dark avian quail-like symbol, and one more website that he browsed played over and over in his head, MiloYiannopoulos.com. When he regains consciousness, he gets up and sits on the floor. The belt slipped off of his neck and was now conveniently placed around his forehead. Doug knew what he must do. He must become a symbol for Bluffington, one that can save men from the horrible oppression they face every day. He knows who he must save first, the man most oppressed right now, Roger. Midnight breaks on the dark city of Bluffington. Roger wakes up in his room, naked, his wrists and feet tied to the four corners of his bed with belts and one extra belt around his neck. Lightning flashes. A dark silhouette moves across the room. What's going on? Who is that? Roger flails, unsuccessfully trying to break free from his bondage. I'm here to save you, Roger. You've been playing for the wrong team. It's time you joined the winning side of the war and made America great again. Between flashes of lightning outside, Roger sees a caped figure with underpants on the outside of his regular pants and a belt on his forehead, like a quail. He saunters over to the bed and kisses Roger on the lips, spitting semen he had been saving from an earlier autofellatio session into Roger's mouth. Roger spits it out. P'too, Roger says, "Get away from me, homo!" Roger, you have so much to learn. It's not gay unless the balls touch. The mysterious figure then reaches down towards Roger's balls and touches them to his own. Roger's penis began to stiffen. A cloud of euphoria swirls in his mind. Whoever this sexy hero was, he was right. He needed saving. From what, he didn't know, but he felt that he should submit and find out. His penis stood now, fully erect, 8 inches long and glistening. The mysterious figure made a fist and began teasing Roger's sphincter with it. Scared and excited, and in defiance of Mother Nature itself, Roger's anus began to get wet. Somehow, he knew what was going to happen, and he welcomed it. When you account for factors like career choice, the dark figure said as he inserted his fist into Roger's anus, the wage gap practically disappears. All Roger could manage as a response was a light nod as his eyes rolled into the back of his head. The fist went deeper. Women want you to think that they're oppressed. The fist rotated inside Roger's anus. The dark figure's other hand began to pump Roger's cock. But Hillary Clinton's emails prove otherwise. Roger's prostate was tickled by the tip of the hand's knuckle bones, and he liked it. Holy shit, Roger shouted. The caped silhouette continued, reaching in further till he was elbow deep. He pulled on the belt around Roger's neck, choking him. Roger was desperately trying not to come. He wanted this to go on longer. He was learning so much. He was becoming woke. The arm began moving back and forth, in and out of his anus. Roger arched his back. His cock throbbed. If this man, whose fist was in his anus, said one more thing, then he was going to come. And in slow motion and a fit of ecstasy, the dark figure spoke again. Title IX prevents due process in college rape convictions. Roger's mouth hung open with his tongue flopped over to the side of his lips like a tired dog. A stream of jizz shot out of his penis, making a perfect arc, landing every last drop back into his own mouth. You've become woke now, Roger. Now drink the seed of your own wisdom and save the others, the dark figure said as he removed his arm from Roger's anus and moved towards Roger's bedroom window. Before he left, Roger asked, Who are you? The figure turned around and said, I am the darkness that saves men from the institutional matriarchy that holds them down. I am the fist that tickles the prostate of truth. I am the hero that Bluffington deserves, but not the one it needs right now. I am the Quail Man.